it's in the live chat. It says, if you scroll down, what are you using to do the live events? And then also, can you show how you did that search for the metro area and neighborhood again?
Yeah, okay. So I'm using LiveRank Sniper. We have a link for that, guy. Adam, if you want to drop that in there, it's Peter Drew's tool, LiveRank Sniper. I've even done a video on our YouTube channel specifically about it, guys. You can go to our YouTube channel and search LiveRank Sniper, and you'll see. In fact, Adam, if you want to grab that and throw that in the chat as well.
Yeah.
I did two kind of training videos on LiveRank Sniper. One was about how to use it, or like a very specific method for how to a couple of ways to use LiveRank Sniper to test keywords. Okay, number one. And then number two was I showed a way to scale keyword research and discovery using a combination of Writer Zen and LiveRank Sniper. Okay, and so that was the follow-up video that I did. So I've got two separate videos, training videos essentially for how to use LiveRank Sniper. Okay. Yeah, somebody says it broke on me today. It happens, guys. I mean, it's a tool. It's a, U-bot or whatever. It's one of those kind of whatever. I get super frustrated running those kinds of tools. I do not enjoy it. I half the time I want to throw my freaking monitor out the window when I start trying to use these tools and they don't work properly, which happens all the time. There's always bugs and hiccups in these softwares, but when they work, it does save a shit ton of time. What sucks is when you save a bunch of time and then it breaks and then you waste as much time as you'd saved just trying to fix it. But it is what it is. I don't know of any other ways to kind of test keywords at scale like that. So
I got your secret weapon, man.
What is it?
It's called PA or VA.
Yeah. I think it's Delroy that says, I've tried using LiveRank Sniper or tools like that in the past, but it gets my YouTube account banned. Is there a way not to have that happen? Well, I've been using the same 5 LiveRank Sniper accounts for over a year now for hundreds and hundreds of keyword tests, and I still have them. What's important is to have a YouTube or an account, a Google account that is warmed up properly. Peter Drew sells them, or he's got a VA that does it. They're called AI profiles or something like that. And it's about, I buy 5 at a time, and I think I spend $165 or something like that for 5 accounts. But he warms up the Gmail accounts, activates YouTube and live streaming capabilities, also creates a few other accounts and subscribes to a few different newsletters and things like that, so that it makes the Gmail account active. And that's one of the ways that you can prevent suspension. I don't think I have it offhand. Let me see if I can find the link for the AI profiles. I'll see if I can find that. Just give me 1 second. If I can send you the link, I've got it. It's in my bookmark somewhere, and I'm not sure where, but I'm going to have to find it. I don't have it offhand, guys, but I'll try to find it where whoever his provider is, and send, mention that next time if somebody can remind me. Okay. Moving on. Somebody was asking about how to look up. Oh, guys, so use Wikipedia. I'll grab the screen again just to show you what I'm talking about. Is when you're doing location research, guys, it's important I like to use Wikipedia because, again, Google's been trained on this so much. So, for example, I know Louisville Metro, let's just start from, I got to get to questions, guys. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. This is what I do in the mornings. You guys want to ask me questions and that kind of stuff. I'm doing this in the morning as well. So, but Louisville, Kentucky. Okay. So I'm just going to say Louisville, Kentucky. We're going to start here. And if you open up a Wikipedia page for that, then you'll find out, going through here, you can find it'll somewhere in here. It's going to say Louisville metro area. So then I would open up that. The point that I'm trying to make is I just start kind of going down the rabbit hole, starting with right here. It says the Louisville, Jefferson County, Kentucky, Indiana metropolitan statistical area. Okay. I'd open that up just to take a look at that and see what else kind of information I can extract from here. Something else I would take a look at is we got Jefferson County, but what are some of the surrounding counties? So because I want to look at that too. I mentioned usually I start targeting suburbs outside of a metro area. So I like to look at the adjacent counties and start determining what kind of data or locations do I want to pull out of there. So I know because I've already done some research here, I know that Bullitt County is one of the surrounding or adjacent counties, right? So I would open up Bullitt County. When looking at a county page in Wikipedia, I always go to the communities, section, because the community section is going to show cities, towns, census designated places, and other unincorporated communities. So this is how you start to get really granular so that you can start to build georelevance to the larger, more competitive areas, right? And so there's a way that you can structure like within silos, and you can do this with Web 2.0 properties. It doesn't have to be self-hosted sites, but you can kind of build like a hierarchy from the lowest, smallest kind of location areas like other unincorporated communities, and then kind of graduate up as you get towards the broader, more competitive stuff like the cities. Does that make sense? So it's a way that you can segment everything. So I mentioned that Jefferson County, as I showed you before, if we open up Jefferson County and you go to the communities here, you'll see there's a lot of communities here. But we can also take a look at like the Louisville metro area. So again, I'll go back to Wikipedia and we'll open up Louisville metro area, or right there, Louisville metro. And again, look at this. It shows neighborhood data here. Let's see, there's also Louisville metro area. Right there. There's another Wikipedia page here. That's why I said this one's a bit got kind of, did I already have that son of a bitch open? I probably did. Yeah, I did. Anyways, but you can see there's all these other kind of like counties here that I could look at. Then there's additional information down here, municipalities with less than 10,000 people. You guys see how we can start to use this kind of data to very quickly, like you can start targeting the broader, more competitive areas first. And I recommend that. That's what I'm doing with the process that I'm streaming in the mornings is I started with what, again, go back to Jefferson County and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Yes, this is it. Okay. So Jefferson County, as I told you here, that right there where it says formerly census designated place within the county, but in 2003, these places became neighborhoods within the city limits of Louisville Metro. So that's any of these kind of locations with that little cross symbol there. Does that make sense? So that's what I extracted those first, because those are kind of larger areas within the Louisville metro area. So I started targeting those first, testing keyword poking to see, I want to rank for the broadest stuff first. Like that's what I'm hoping to rank for that so that I don't have to go so granular. But whenever I find that particular locations I'm not ranking for well, then that's where I can start to go deeper, right? And I can go more hyper local and build up to that kind of broader section. So that's why I bring that up, because if we take a look at, move this over here, we take a look at the Louisville metro area Wikipedia page, and we see that we have, like it says, municipalities with more than 25,000 people. So I know that I could start targeting areas here first, right? And then if I wanted, if whatever I don't rank kind of initially with little work right off the bat from kind of the more broader, bigger areas, more populated areas or more populous areas, whatever you want to call it, then I would kind of narrow down a little bit, drill down a little bit and go with municipalities between 10,000 and 25,000 people. Then go through that whole testing process again. Then I will identify keywords that I can rank for very easily and others that I'm not ranking for. Then I can drill down even deeper and go into municipalities with less than 10,000 people. But I don't start here because we might be able to rank for some of these and then also take a look. You see how it says all these with the asterisks is part of Louisville Metro, right? So again, I can start to identify areas in here that I want to target specifically, but I always want to go start at the like broadest, highest kind of search volume, most populated areas first, because I may be able to get some decent results without having to drill all the way down. But it's in the areas that I don't get good results in that then I can still, like, for example, create a page on a Web 2.0 or a self-hosted site targeting that top level area and then build as sub pages or supporting posts, however you want to, however you configure it. I can build supporting pages and posts that, you know, of these more kind of areas that fall within that area, right? And have those link up. So it's about building geo-relevance up to that larger page. And so again, I just like to use all kinds of data that I get from Wikipedia. Another place that I often check is zip-codes.com. I use this a lot. In fact, you can buy the zip-codes database from them, which I've purchased, and it makes it a lot easier to when you're managing a lot of location data. It's easier just to have it in a CSV file than it is to do it via copy and paste online. So, it's like $80 or something, and you get for a year, you get the data with all the updates for an entire year. So I bought that, and I usually use that too. So just different ways that you guys can find geographic information for targeting. But the whole point that I'm trying to make is part of the reason I'm testing what I'm doing in the morning is because I'm testing some different kind of keyword combinations and entity combinations, as opposed to just optimizing for keywords. I'm also testing optimizing for entities, because there's a whole group of keywords associated with an entity. And if you can optimize for the entity, then you could potentially rank for all of the keywords associated with that entity, even though somebody might have searched for a particular search or keyword. If the keyword is associated with the entity page can rank for that keyword, even if that search term is not in the search. Does that make sense? I can demonstrate this, and this is more training than questions and answers. I just want to open Firefox. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let me just demonstrate this for a minute. I'll just show you an example. So some of the keywords that I had started testing this area several months ago, guys. So I already knew and started testing some of the site structures that you'll see it here in just a minute, but we'll just use tree service, Newburgh, Kentucky, or KY to start with. All right. So you'll see here that like this is a site that I built in high level websites. So, and high level websites do not perform well in search, yet this is ranking #1, in part because this is in a very competitive area. Number two, I did what's called the content mirroring method. I teach this in the mastermind to this. But what I'm trying to show you is this page right here is optimized for Newburgh tree service. You guys see that? But what I've done is I've linked to each one of the 4 services right here in the page. So we're targeting tree removal, tree trimming, land clearing, and stump grinding. Okay. And then the locations that we're targeting on this particular site are Louisville, Newburgh, Okolona, Shively, and Valley Station. So on any one of the service pages on the site, I'm getting to a point here. Okay. On any one of the service pages on the site, this is a flat site. There is no silo structure to this site. Every page on this site links to every other page on the site. Do you understand? So every single page on this site are all cross-linked to every other page. And I want to show you how this is, how well this works though. Okay. Because I know in SEO guys, we always want to overcomplicate stuff, and we think we're going to build these elaborate silo structures and outsmart Google and everything else. So much of that is unnecessary in local, I've found. In the most competitive areas, yes, but in a lot of stuff, it's not necessary, and you just create a bunch of additional work. So I'm getting to a point here. What I'm saying is on any one of these service pages, so like if I go into the tree removal page, and there's something going on with high level, it's not showing this up here, but on any one of the service pages, the other 3 services are listed. You understand? So we're on the tree removal page and we see tree trimming, land clearing, stump grinding. If I go into the land clearing page, we scroll down there, you'll see tree removal, tree trimming, and stump grinding. Does that make sense? Then for every single service page, we have the 5 city pages that we're targeting, or locations that we're targeting. And if we go into any one of the location pages, we have all 4 city or services listed, linked to, and we also have the other remaining 4 locations, which are down here. As I said, there's 4 services, 5 locations. Do you understand? So for every service page, the other 3 services are listed and all 5 locations are listed. For every location page, all 4 services are listed and the other 4 locations are listed. And then on each location page, this is what I call georelevance data. So these are neighborhoods near Newburgh, Kentucky, right? If I click on that and open that up, you see that's just a Google Maps URL. It's a Google Maps share URL. So it's a no follow link. And that is a Google hosted image for Newburgh. Okay, I'll explain this in a minute. But like Bashford Manor, if I open that up, you'll see that Bashford Manor. You see that image there? If I open image in new tab, that image right there is actually what's hosted right here. That's a hot linked image, an embedded image from Google Maps. And the link, if I click that, open link in new tab, it goes to the Google map for Bashford Manor. So all we're doing with this data, guys, is we're adding georelevance to the page, right? So we start with neighborhoods and then things to do and top sites in Newburgh, Kentucky. All of these, again, open this up. Look at this image. That image there is that image there, right? Google Maps share URL. So we're adding georelevance. Now, I'm going to get back to the point that I started to say. So we just did tree service Newburgh, and we see that is ranking #1, as well as YouTube, Louisville Grim Reaper Tree Services. This is that same site on with a different brand, but this one's built in WordPress. This site actually performs better than the high level site because this is built in WordPress, and WordPress performs better than high level in search. But I did that because I wanted to test. But then again, take a look. Here's mirrored properties. I call this Google content mirroring. Okay, so these are a Google site with a blogger. Again, I've covered all this. I just wanted to point out, you guys can see, like, I'm basically already blanketing this page now, and we're just getting started for this one particular location. All right. But why I bring that up is because I started talking about that kind of flat site structure where we're linking to every other thing. So take a look at this. We just searched for tree service Newburgh. We know that page was optimized for that, right? This is the Newburgh page. You can't see it because there's something going on with high level, but you can see what the SEO title says, need tree service in Newburgh. I need to redo that title anyways. I don't like that, but it's still ranking. But now watch if I change this to tree removal, what happens? I want you guys to see this because I don't have a separate page on the site optimized for tree removal Newburgh, right? I've got one page on the site for Newburgh, and it's optimized for the primary term tree service, but it ranks for all the other terms too. And that's what I'm trying to say about ranking for entities as opposed to a keyword, right? So take a look at this. I just did tree removal Newburgh, Kentucky. Look what's ranked number 1, right? All right, let's try tree trimming. Look what's ranked number 1. You understand? So we're trying these different keyword combinations, and yet it's still ranking. Let's try stump grinding. Let's see where that one is. Number 2. And Grim Reaper Tree Services, number 3, right? I think the Google site's down here at the bottom. It is right there. That's the content mirroring Google site that I created. And I've got a whole training for how to do this in the mastermind. So anyways, like I said, there's just so much that can be done with this, guys. And I'm testing different site configurations, different site structures, some with silos, some without, all different types of stuff that I want to be testing out over the next several weeks. And I'm doing this all this shit live. You guys see how the sausage is made. And I mean, like, you see how frustrated I get at times. We all do, right? It's not all easy, guys. That's what I like about doing this live stream stuff, is because most of the time when you get training materials from, courses and things like that, what happened? Can you guys see me? Zoom is
yeah, we got your not screen share, but we see you.
Okay, good. So what I was going to say was, most of the time when you get courses and stuff, guys, it always looks easy because they only show you the good stuff, right? They only show you when everything works. And so I like the live stream stuff because, as some of my audience has already noted, I do a lot of cussing because I get so damn frustrated and I start cussing at the screen and, all that kind of stuff. And so, but I mean, that's normal. That's how we do things, right? That's so I kind of like going through that live because it really shows that it's not always easy, guys. I get just as frustrated as everybody else, but it's a matter, you just keep at it, push through it, find a way, right? Anyway.